I need those too. Let's look them up here. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. Great to have you all here on this Wednesday night, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. Don't have any peeves. Hey, Kitty, how are ya? Great to have you in here tonight. Welcome to the show. Great day. It is Hump Day. Hump Day. It is great to have you all here. Hey, Zach of Zach and Rachel fame. Great to have you here. Merry Christmas, my friend. Hey, Adele and Dazzle. It is great to have you all here. Welcome to the show. We're excited to have you here. We are. It is great to have you all here. What are you grateful for this Wednesday night? This Wednesday night, we, on Christmas Eve, had strong customer flow today, which was nice. It was nice seeing the energy and excitement in the stores today. And I had some extra help. That was helpful. We grabbed our friend's son who was home from college and put him to work on the truck. So that was helpful. And, it's been a productive day. We got a lot done. A lot of inventory to the stores, a lot of good feelings. It's great to have you here live, Zach. It really is. It is. Tell me what you are all grateful for this Wednesday night. Hey, Barb in Pittsburgh. Great to have you here. We also had a day off in sight. Yes, Kitty, I'm with you there. A day off is in sight. We had an exciting day. The immediate past Secretary of Economic Development for the state of Massachusetts was in. And I'm glad I was in town for that. So he's still he's at a bigwig non-government job right now, but he still makes all of government work. So he's speed dialing and stuff, and what he tweets, they all watch. So it was very good to be part of his tweets today, even though I'm not a big tweeter. Tweeter. I don't do a lot of that, but I am glad that Twitter notified me that he messaged me, hey, I'm going to be in your store today. So I'm glad that I got an email notification of that. Otherwise, I may not have known about that until it was all over. So, hey, Kim is with us. Lisa in Canada. Good to have you with us. So, it was a good thing. And then we came home to a box of cookies that got delivered in the mail, and that's always a good thing. So it's been a good day. Movie marathon set up for Friday. So, we're going to chill and be off behind us here and watch movies. And we're going to see the new Disney movie, Pixar. Huh?
Disney Pixar Soul.
We're going to see Disney's Pixar Soul on Friday. That's a big part of our day and eat our way through the day. is part of our Friday. So I got my call to pick up pies tomorrow and all sorts of things. You got cookies and brownies from a customer today? That's awesome. I got chocolates. We had an employee make us cupcakes, which I didn't know about. I would have been into them earlier. That's awesome. Cookies and brownies. You're eating good in the neighborhood, Kitty. And you didn't even have to depend on the USPS to get it to you. Well, let's get this program started. Let's keep this good vibes going. Ladies and gentlemen, we start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. From our friend Lin-Manuel Miranda. Less than 6 degrees of separation we are from him. Our customers are trying to make us fatter. Well, you know, unlike them, they want us to, they're not trying to make us fatter, Kitty. They're trying to make us similar, okay? People want to be the same. And they've all put on weight because they were all quarantined. We've been working our butts off and stringing together whatever we have. And so eating, you know, stress eating hasn't been a thing we've had time for. So they're just trying to make us look similar, Kitty. That's all they're trying to do. Tonight we are in the Good Morning, Good Night book on page 44, if you're following along. Good morning, love. Your best impulse, that selfless impulse, let it take the wheel. Let it drive you toward the person you dreamed you'd be. Woo, that seems like good for us. That seems good for us. All right, folks, what do we got going on tonight? What do we got going on? Well, right in line with that, here's my quote of the day that I got for you. Clipped from the headlines. When we care less about our people become careless. Think about that. When we care less about our people become careless. So, care about your people. It's all about the people. It's all about the people. What do I got in my pile tonight? Consumer confidence is down for the second consecutive month, which isn't good. The Consumer Conference Board on Consumer Confidence Index declined in December after falling in November. The index now stands at 88.6, down from 92.9. Consumers' assessment of current conditions deteriorated sharply in December, and the resurgence of COVID remains a drag on confidence. And growth has weakened further in quarter four. And consumers don't see the economy gaining any significant momentum in early 2021. No kidding. So, not big surprise there, but it is good to know what they're talking about. That we don't need. You know, so the biggest question I've been getting today, and really isn't much of a surprise to anybody, is what's going on with our government, with you know, the president is playing a game of chicken with Congress, and threatening to veto the bill, the COVID relief and budget bill. Hey, Rose, how are you? As well as the Defense Act. Well, he has vetoed the Defense Act. So that sets up a whole number of things in Washington. So one, he hasn't actually vetoed the current update to the stimulus and the budget bill. okay, which is really all one bill. The budget bill and the stimulus are all one bill, even though many people talk about them as two bills. Okay, it is one bill. And he hasn't actually vetoed that. Technically, the bill hasn't, it's required to be brought to him in writing, and that has not happened yet, technically. But he technically has till Tuesday, and then the government runs out of money again, and we start this whole thing. The Senate and the House are coming back into session to override his veto on the Defense Act next week. They are also calling his bluff on the raise the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000, which has been big in the news today. Raising that from $600 to $2,000. And so the House wants to hold a unanimous consent vote tomorrow on Christmas. The leader in the House, Kevin McCarthy, isn't sure what he's going to do with that. He can object, he can introduce his own bill, he can stop that from moving forward. It's unclear what he will do with that, and it's unclear what Republicans in the Senate would do with it if they got it on their side of the fence. It's not too good to go anywhere. The whole thing is bad. I'm fairly certain what I'm getting. So that's the political side of it. That is the stand in front of the cameras for the TV side of it. Okay, and that is tweeting about government. Okay, that's sort of the mechanics of what's happening, from how do I get in front of the camera and get people to hear what I'm talking about? How do I have to shout from the highest mountain? What soapbox do I have to stand on to get people to hear me and think that I'm relevant? And that's sort of what's happening back and forth between the president and congressional leadership on both sides of the aisle right now. What's happening behind the scenes? So that stuff isn't good. Okay, the bottom line with that is that is not good. The reality of what's happening behind the scenes is just as important. And that's part of the back channel that I think I'm hoping we can all find comfort in. I mean, none of this happens unless somebody signs it. Nothing happens unless somebody signs it. But I am encouraged that what I'm getting from the back channels, especially on stuff that matters most to small businesses. Hey, Joanne. Great to have you here. Is that Treasury and the SBA are both moving ahead with preparations to enact things and just throw the switch on the second PPP, the automatic forgiveness, the stimulus checks at whatever amount they actually end up being. They're putting everything in place to actually, once this is signed, get it done, so that they just have to throw a switch on it. Because it doesn't just instantly happen. So they are getting all their stuff together on the back end based on the bill that was passed by Congress. So that is very encouraging because there is not a law yet because the president has not signed it. So, but the fact that the people that would actually carry this stuff out are doing the work and getting it all ready to go is a very encouraging, very good side of this. So I remain optimistic. I remain optimistic on this, that this is going to come together in one form or another, that they will set aside their differences, that the bill is imperfect. Yes, there's a lot of pork and other things in the bill. You don't have to flip too many pages in this bill to find things that it's Rose, you're right. It is like Chinese torture. They're doing it wrong, and that's one of the things that when I was talking with the secretary today, that I really stressed. They're making it very, very difficult on business. He asked, "What can government do for small business?" And I'm like, give us some certainty. Give us make things easier, okay? I don't care what you think is easy. You're making it more complicated for business owners. That the only two things that every business owner in the country has in common is they don't have enough time and they don't have enough money. And whatever you can do to make that easier, we're all out here fighting the good fight. We're all out here working so that we're still standing. But make it simpler. You don't have to make it complicated. It just doesn't need to be that way. Yes, I can admit that there will be some fraud or some unintended consequences. Deal with that on the flip side. There will be. I can't, there are dishonest people out there. There are dishonest people in everything. But overwhelmingly, most people are honest, good, hardworking people trying to do the right by their community. And when you step into a resale store in your community, you're stepping into the community, the business of the community, okay? Because everything in the store, everything in there is somebody else's, okay? It is someone else's dinner on their table. It is someone else's gas in their car, their insurance paid, their medical copay. It is someone else's dreams when you buy something on that shelf. And so it is vitally important that we keep community going and we keep the main streets and back roads of this country going. So I am optimistic, okay? I mean, what I've been getting from different people on the front end, the people that want to stand in front of the cameras, but I'm very encouraged by the people at the SBA and Treasury that I have heard from on the backside who are saying, yeah, we're doing everything, so it's literally signature and we can turn stuff on. And that is the same I am getting from banks on the PPP. They're all getting ready to just start getting the blanket forgivenesses, the streamlined forgiveness, excuse me for the misuse of a phrase, the streamlined forgiveness, and get a second round out to businesses. So I remain optimistic. I remain encouraged by that. But you are right, Rose. It is like Chinese torture. That's again why I tell you to limit your news intake to 5 minutes. Don't listen to more than 5 minutes a day. Yes, very much so. So it is hard, and it is a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster with this, but we can hang on tight. We can hang on tight through every curve of that roller coaster. Woo! I can't do the spinning of the teacups, but I can do the roller coaster, I guess. I just don't like double upside downs or something, or the ones where your feet are hanging out. Well, I did like we had a good time on Batman. Kim, grateful employees appreciated their bonuses and baskets on this COVID Christmas. Lots of hugs and sweet words of encouragement to each other. Yeah, overall, I really felt like our team, more so than in years of the past, really appreciated it, really didn't expect it, didn't feel entitled to it. We hemmed and hawed with giving bonuses this year, just because nothing is certain, and hanging on to cash is so important. But we needed to recognize and give them that encouragement. It's riding a roller coaster. Oh, so I'm sorry, I'm doing it the wrong way, Kitty. Ah! It's Space Mountain, Kitty. It's riding a roller coaster in the dark. It's riding a roller coaster in the dark is what this year is like. Huh? And it's terrifying when they turn the lights on. There you go. You know, so riding Space Mountain in the dark with your hands up, and they occasionally blink the lights on for you, and you have that shock of terror there. There you go. That is running a business in 2020. That is being a leader for your business in 2020. There's a great visual for you. You know, but you know, our team is more appreciative, is more of a team. You know, is really working together at new heights. You know, I've talked about, you know, how we've become more efficient and how our warehouse is more efficient. Our processing center is gotten incredibly more efficient, and we were good before. We were good, and that's not just patting ourselves. We handled tons and tons of inventory, and we were good before. But we've gotten so much more efficient. I mean, so we had our friend. I mentioned we had our friend's kid helping out today, home from college, and he's helped out in the warehouse before. But it's probably been a year because he probably helped last Christmas, and during the summer he was a lifeguard this year, so we didn't help any during the summer. And he was like, "Oh my God, this place is completely different," you know. So it's been a year. And, you know, he really realized, you know, and he's just a college kid, but he realized all the changes we've made and are running super streamlined with things there. And he was, like, really impressed. So, which was nice to hear because somebody that hadn't been there who had been there before and knew we ran things well, and then was helping out today. That was really nice to hear. So certainly something when I've promised I would take you guys on a tour there one night, and I will do that. I actually may do that during the day, so you can actually see it in action. I may do there may be a day where I come on, or maybe I'll video it and we'll throw it up to the site later, where I take you all on a tour of it. Because it's much more impressive to watch when it's all happening, you know, when everything is going on. So we can certainly do that and spark your imagination and for ideas and such. So remain optimistic on things, okay? Remain forward, and I am hopeful that that people stop trying to get in front of the camera and start doing the right thing down in Washington. So we'll see if that comes together. I will keep you posted as I hear more, which I've certainly heard an earful today. So, but that's good. I mean, it's good that you know, people reach out and they tell me. We have been working on. I gave you guys homework on the budget worksheet, and I know some of you have been working on that. If you have any questions on that, I am happy to answer them. But we laid that out. If you have not seen the 2021 budget worksheet, it is available at narts.org/resalestrong. narts.org/resalestrong, where you can find all the files I talk about, including the budget worksheet for 2021 for the first quarter in 2021, and an example sheet, okay, so that you can see how to fill it out. It's a simple spreadsheet. You pop the numbers in there, and it gives you your budget for the first quarter of 2021, because 2021 is not going to be like, what about cost of goods sold? Well, I took that in as expenses. You do you're mostly buy outright, Kitty. So I took that in as expenses. So I didn't break out expenses and cost of goods sold. Um, I could do that. So if that would make more sense, Kitty, I'm happy to do that. I lumped it together. Um, I didn't break out expenses by type, but I could certainly. It wouldn't be much of a big deal if it would be helpful to you to look at cost of goods sold as a separate expense. I'm happy to break that out as a separate expense, um, and uh, and have that as a separate category in there. I could throw that in there and do that for you. That wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, I just lumped because what I didn't want to get into is what everybody spends on office supplies and rent, and I didn't want to list out all the categories for that. So I lumped it all together because I wanted to keep it as simple as possible for people. Um, and know that you're going to have to make some changes to keep your expenses as streamlined as possible. Um, and we know that's not easy. Okay, we know lots of businesses are running in the red or running in a red this month, and if you have some good sales, you squeak out a positive or you break even. I mean that's what a lot of people are hoping for right now is minimal bleeding or break even. Profit would be great, but again, this is about survival. I want you to all survive so that we can thrive after this. We do have to still be standing, so we can make that happen. That is where we're headed with it, and I'm hopeful that if that all works, I think that I was trying to keep it simple but not simplistic, if that's such a thing. Simple but not simplistic, because I wanted everybody to have a visual. I wanted everybody to have a visual of what the first quarter could look like based on what you're doing, because what I've been hearing from so many of you is I was really down in August, but then I was up in September, and then I was down in October, and I was up in November, that kind of roller coaster, which I know. And when I sit and I do the math, because that's what I do when I'm on the phone with you, you give me the numbers, I calculate it out, and I'm like, well, you're really running, this is your real run rate. And yes, you're going to have better months and worse months depending on what's happening, but it's really tracking your run rate. And I think your run rate will be consistent over the quarter. And so I feel good about it as a quarterly budget. An individual month budget, it's close, but over the quarter I feel pretty good about it. So I am feeling good about it, but I'm happy to take your questions. You know where to reach me. Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com is where you find me. But do the exercise, folks, because it is important to have that visual for yourself so that you're moving forward in the right direction and with the right mindset. Because it all starts up here, people. All starts up here. But that budget worksheet is available at narts.org/resalestrong, where all the files go that I talk about here. Everything that I talk about is over there at narts.org/resalestrong, including a link to these videos. These videos that I do every night are there. They're there on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're notified when a new one drops. I am here live in the Narts private Facebook group every night at more 8 than ish, live in the Narts private Facebook group every night. You can find me here, but if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. I am right there with you, Rose. I'm looking for a day off, too. I'm looking for a day with the phone off. That's really, and my phone's not ringing. So, by midday on Thanksgiving, I had so many calls and texts wishing me a happy Thanksgiving which was very nice, and I really do appreciate that. But a lot of times when I'm home, my phone charger is on the other side of the house, and I leave it over there, and I try to really disconnect. That's part of the way that I disconnect is I'm not in the death scroll of Facebook, and I'm just chilling. And we have Rebecca has a movie marathon planned for Christmas Day, and so we're gonna be couch potatoes, and we've got food that we had ordered in, and pies and different things, and we're gonna be couch potatoes during the day, and really try to enjoy our family day off and time together, and I hope that my peanut gallery enjoys that as the greatest gift because it's from the heart. Okay, they want real gifts too. It's a good thing I'm going shopping tomorrow so they can get real gifts. I'm going tomorrow to shop local. Hey, Michelle, Merry Christmas. Yes, tomorrow I will be out shopping local. I've got a radio interview tomorrow morning. I got like 20 minutes of airtime scheduled tomorrow morning on the radio on a Massachusetts station talking about retail, small business, and shopping local. And then I will be out there shopping local because I hear Christmas is coming up, and I was thinking of buying my loved ones something for Christmas. So I will be out there hitting the street shopping tomorrow. Stimulating the economy because it is the American consumer that is driving this economy, and I'm going to try to be part of that. I'm going to try to keep up with you ladies. That is my plans for tomorrow. We start this program every night. Every night we start this program with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book. If you were not here at the top of the program, our Good Morning, Good Night book tonight, we are on page 44. Good morning, love. Your best impulse, that selfless impulse. Let it take the wheel. Let it drive you toward the person you dreamed you'd be. Our good night tonight is good night, love. That need to rest, that constructive impulse, let it take the lead. I hope you dream the best, coolest shit. Let's go. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you've been catching the replays. So many of you do. It's extremely humbling the amount of time you guys spend watching the replays. I love you that when you're able to catch it live and we can interact like this, but so many of you, I mean, the numbers on the replay are incredibly humbling. I mean, it's just amazing. It amazes me the amount of hours of videos that you guys watch of me and dedicated to catch the replays when you can't catch it live. So I truly appreciate it and understand, and I'm here for you. That's what I am here for you anytime you need anything. We're 280 something nights in this, and I am here for you anytime. Because we're all walking together, hand in hand, people. I got your hand in my hand, and we're walking hand in hand to the other side of this. Yes, we are. And we're not done until you tell me we're on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even, and we will party again. We will have cookie swaps again. We will be together again. Until we can, know that I will be here again tomorrow night at More 8 Than Ish. More 8 Than Ish. You're not alone running this store. It's time for snacks and dessert, I think. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.